Jaune.
Jaune. So next game we're not allowed.
No, it goes home 10 minutes.
I'll get home 10.
Huh? Well, not that one now. Just come straight up and start resting. You got the ability.
Leave an angle off that one.
Carlos will take 6 minutes for sure. Actually taking this on seriously. Oh!
Yeah, I should have.
Ah, merci. Merci.
I should have played it with red.
Ça passe? Ok.
That's a little bounce that way. They happen rather now than in 10 minutes. They can stay down. So for the try.
I love the yellows.
How much you get in second get put?
So all this touching crap off. I don't think that's have it. Okay, right. Comme ça. Comme ça.
There's a massive gap there for time.
Coming in my I only went completely slowly. Everything went.
Me, no fucking thing.
It's the middle bag. 6 cushions.
Before we went, Steve said he's generous. Hey David.
He's loving this. Was that? Yeah, he did actually.
Steve's round.
Fair shout, he did say that. Oh, so gone. Oh, even better. Even better.
What was
No, he wasn't looking. He wasn't looking, he was just
David.
Disco. Several after the side. What's that? Eat-on.
Breaks. That's a donkey, isn't it?
What glass? I've been kicked off my own table.
Ah, David. Sema.
Le rack.
Go on, David.
Have you ever said?
Yes, Pat, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That's exactly what I had to do, Carl.
Yeah, that's happening as well, Pat.
That's what I'm asking.
Not for the first time. Must be. Safety.
Is it Scotch? Is it Scotch?
Yeah.
Steve, you want to get down or what? Scotch rules.
We'll have 20 then.
Sorry?
Why I get no practice?
Steve, we'll just have 20 then.
Change over.
Let's go and have a go.
Shout to Papa.
Messi key.
Nez jersey. Whatever it is, yeah.
Jackie.
You got me some white balls, Steve?
Michel.
These are the practice.
Bigger rolls. Oh, yeah, we're fine.
At least it's actually good.
Well.
Hold on.
Still in.
Just give me a shout. Just give me a shout.
Someone's about to hit you, and now we just play shot. And while we're down, you'll walk around the country to see if they're near you or something. Does it not stop? Yeah.
Two? Is it for four?
Yeah, further back, man.
That's it on my one.
Let's get the ring of the next one. Stop. He always goes this. We can't see anything else.
Yeah, that's the answer of it. Give me a long one. Just top it up here.
Are they waiting for the break?
Like a few Australians at home 3 times and Lions at home. Quite
Course. Did it score? Did you score something?
captains basically scores.
They're on. There's no zeros on them.
No.
What's the go with that?
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments' time, we're going to commence the first Test match series for the European Lions in Australia. We're just going to do a little ceremony for them because it's the first Test. We'll be playing the national anthems for this first Test, and then that will set the ball rolling that they'll be able to play the remaining Tests, and the anthems won't be played in the future Tests. But we'd like to do something special for them just for this first Test. So maybe if we can hold matches just for a few minutes. Thank you.
There's the anthem.
It's the European Union is the one that we play. Because we were thinking, what are we going to play? Because you're not England, you're not one country, so we've got what's in Europe?
I thought the accent instead of one for the road,
Yeah, no, that's the parallel of the national anthem.
We're all right.
Well, hey, that's thank you so much. Yeah. Yes. She sent me a name on it. It's a European Union national anthem.
Okay. Something easy on this little table. Well, the shit. That's what she said. We'll put the fuck out.
Check 1, 2. Testing, testing.
around samples.
Hold me in. Start down there.
Too sweet, too sweet.
Larry.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention, please? The Australian Netball Federation is very pleased to bring you this test series between the European Lions and Australia. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to all the viewers in Australia and around the world watching this first test match series between the European Lions and Australia. It's my pleasure now to introduce the umpires for the event, Alf Spiller and Gordon Miles. The adjudicators will be Brett Ingle, Andrew Saltmarsh and Tanya Rama. And now for the teams. Please, a very warm welcome for the European Lions. Steve Mills, team manager. Captain, Lee Kendall. Gavin Lomax. David Very. Sebastian Renier. Ryan Shaw. John Rowe. Carl Sutton and John Boken. Ladies and gentlemen, the European Lions. And their opponents. Let's hear it for Australia. They're led by team manager Doug Percy, Rusty Wheeler captain, vice captain Michael Scarry, Barry Kitchener Jr., Jake McCartney, Steve Saxon, Adam Andreski, Justin Sage, and Stevie Woods. Ladies and gentlemen, Australia. And now if you could all please be upstanding for the playing of the national anthems. First of all, the Europeans, the European national anthem. Now for the Australian national anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth fertile, our home is God by sea.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's wish both teams the very best of luck as they take part in the traditional handshake. Come on, once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the European Lions. And for Australia. Good luck to both teams. Umpires now take control. Thank you.
Go, Rusty! Come on, mate, come on.
Yellow.
Stevie.
Come on, mate.
Three spins.
Yeah, tell it. He doesn't speak English. Come on, G.
Go on, Rusty.
Come on, Rusty.
30 seconds.
Come on. Go on, Rusty. Sure, Woodsy.
Great ball, green flag.
Have fun. Come on, Rusty.
Come on, mate.
30 seconds.
Come on. Go on, Woodsy. Come on, Rusty.
Come on.
That's Rusty. Come on.
Come on, G.
Yes, Rusty. Come on, boys. Come on, Australia.
Come on, G. Come on, G. Can't steer it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning, depending on which part of the world you're watching this test series between Australia and the Euro Lions. It's coming to you from the Albury Community Club in Albury, which is on the border of New South Wales and Victoria in Australia. This is a best of 5 series. The Euro Lions
Come on, Carl.
arrived on Australian shores a few days ago. They've had a few days to find their legs, and now they're into it. Australia managed to get the first frame. It's the best of 21 frames. 24 frames, so we could have a draw. Should make it interesting. So we have 2 tables going at once. So we've got Carl Sutton, playing Michael Scarry on the table on the right of screen. It's a lovely double, and you would think that Carl could be going out here. On the other table we have Stevie Woods playing Sébastien Ramier from France, in case you hadn't worked it out. It's wonderful to have a selection of players here from Belgium, France, England, Channel Islands. So Australia leading this match 1-0. But Europe appearing to have control of the table, both tables in these 2 frames. Carl probably would have liked to have come around a little bit more on that black to make it a little bit straighter into the middle, but it's still very much workable into that middle pocket. And it's going out nicely. European Lions level at 1-1. Congratulations all round at the European Lions table. They do it in a funny way these days with the fist.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You would think that's
Can you
Sebastian.
stop play on tables 3 and 4? Thanks.
Sebastian will go down the end and try and hold his white and play a double on his black. It's a wonderful initiative to have the Europeans here this year. We had the British Lions here 2 years ago when they came to Perth. And now we've got all of Europe participating in this event. We're hoping that it's going to be a biannual series that occurs here in Australia. And yes, that's a wonderful double by Sebastian to drive the Euro Lions to a 2-1 lead. So we've got Barry Kitchener at the table at the moment. He's playing John Rowe, former world champion. So Barry's on yellows. And those of you that don't recognise the voice, this is Joe Fanto, President of the World 8-Ball Pool Federation and the Australian 8-Ball Federation. It's a nice position by Barry. And he's got good control of this table. I'd like to think that he may go out here. The awkward yellow is the one here on the left, on the cushion nearest to us. But these guys are very skillful and they'll find a way. He's trying to work this out. Probably it's not so much to actually pot the balls, but how to work the white around the table in order to finish the frame. Probably going to take a straight yellow here. And finish a bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Good nice position on that yellow. Possibly work both these two yellows and then the third one on the right of table. We're concentrating on Barry Kitchener, but he's overcut that.
Come on, Johnny.
You can notice Lee Kendall's on the other table on the left. John Roce is seizing up the situation, trying to work it out.
Seconds.
Taking this red in the middle with a certain degree of difficulty. No, it's just running up and trying to play a safety.
Come on, Junior.
Seconds.
So Barry Kitchener gets a chance. Probably take this yellow with a bit of cushion maybe. Or screw back. And he's going to try and screw. I thought he was taking a risk with that shot. Because when you play those shots you're not sure whether you're going to get a nice result. Reasonable result, but he's got to hold the white somehow, or maybe send the white around the table. I'll let him show us. For those of you that you know me, I try to be an administrator more so than a player these days. But we'll do our best. And he's gone for a very difficult cut, which didn't come off, and he certainly let his opponent in again now. I think that John Roce should be able to take control of this frame from this position. Now on the left, table on the left of the screen, got Justin Sage playing. It's a nice pot into the middle. I've seen Justin pot out from here many a time. Of course, the only Australian player ever to win 3 titles in the 1 year. He won the juniors, the under-21s, and the men's seniors all in the 1 year in 2004. I think it'll be a long time before we ever see that repeated. It's a massive achievement. Meantime, over here we've got John Rowe that's trying to do the business. But I think he's going to be trying a train, red onto the red, in or over. But somehow he's managed to get into this position. While I was it's not quite where he wanted it. He would have liked to cover that pocket, but he's at least he doesn't have a direct shot. Yeah, so Barry's got to he may try Bessie, or he may try and hide somehow, but it's quite difficult. Even though this pocket's not covered, it's still a sensible shot. Of course, here on the left. Just another one to the lines. So European Lions leading 3 frames to 1. Looks like the European Lions have got a bit of a jump here. The last thing Australia want is to give the Lions a bit of confidence early in this first match. I would say if Australia would like to get them early, traditionally the first match might be the more difficult one for the European Lions, the fact that they've travelled, but on this occasion I think they arrived Friday and they're playing on Monday, so they've had a reasonable amount of time to get over the jet lag. Here we've got John Burkett on the left table. He's broken and playing yellow into the middle. And he appears to have one difficult yellow. Talking about John Burkett on the left of screen, on the left table. In the meantime, we've got a bit of a tussle going on here on the table on the right. Barry's got to try and find a winning shot somewhere if he's going to get out of this. In the meantime, John Burkett is getting on with business. Working his way through these yellows, and I guess he's probably got a plan for that yellow on the left cushion. If nothing else, he'll probably set himself up for a double and he'll have his black sitting over the left corner pocket.
Seconds.
Yeah, he's already lining up. Looks like he's going to take that double early. He backed himself, he liked the angle, but unfortunately didn't pot it. Back to the table on the right of screen. We've got interesting tactic. Barry's got 2 shots.
30 seconds.
Trying to promote these yellows. That's a very nice shot. Played that quite delicately to break to set those two balls up. Now we'll concentrate on Barry here and see if he can pot out and take this frame. Still got a black that appears as if we would like it a little bit further off the cushion, but if we can get the other side of the table, we could probably run it back down into this this corner right-hand pocket. This is a big pocket here with that red standing guard at the edge of the pocket.
30 seconds.
These championships here kicked off this morning here in Albury, New South Wales. They go for 2 weeks, right up until the end of next week. Let's see if Barry can run this ball down and take this frame. There was a lot more room off that cushion than I thought, and it must have been an error in the score because our frames are 2-all now. Interest. Right, 3-2. Correction again. And the European Lions leading. Hopefully your viewers out there are keeping your eye on it. I'm trying to keep my eye on 2 tables and losing track at times. That's a nice shot by John. So this is Justin Sage from Australia. Covering that yellow. Give himself time to work his reds in a winning position. Always difficult when you've got those games where your pocket's covered and not in a position to give 2 shots because you know the other player will go game. So on the table on the right, we've got Gavin Lomax and Adam Andreski. So John's tried to promote one of his yellows out to the middle of the table. To make sure that Justin's not tempted to give the 2 shots. If all the balls are out and you give 2 shots, then Justin's. Jake. Yes, so table on the left, we've got Jake McCartney and John Boter. John Boquette, spelled with a K.
30 seconds. Yellow balls inside.
Our game's very fortunate in Australia now to have live streaming, both Q-Ball TV and the Australian 8-Ball Federation live stream. So it's Justin Sage coming to the table on the left. Adam Andreski's got 2 shots here on the table on the right. Reminder that this match is being played over 24 frames.
Yes, Jake.
That's a good shot by Jake. Just try and take that pocket. Probably would have liked to have covered it a bit better than that though, but at least he's got the black covered.
30 seconds.
See how Adam works this break. Looks like they're all in a potable position. The trick is to try and get the white ball working, and he's got an awkward bridge if he takes the red up to the top left pocket. He may try and run this red on the left, and should give him a natural position to go back on the red on the top. The bridge is not too awkward where it is. He would have liked to come back a bit more. I think he was trying to come back to get that red in the middle spot there. It's probably the more awkward of the reds, although he's got to negotiate a few yellows in here to get this other red nearest our end of the screen. Missed that pot. He still has 1 to play. It gets a little bit harder from here. But still doable. The colour of players that we're watching here. Adam recently went to England with the Australian team, played in the World Titles in Blackpool. Jake is still working at the office down there on the left of the screen, table left. We've got that yellow and red locked together, top right hand pocket. And Jakey McCartney, wonderful young player. Loads of talent. He's played his way up through the juniors. So you've got Gavin Lomax. It's a nice pot. So he could probably negotiate this ball into the middle pocket. Hope you're enjoying this wherever you're watching from. It's coming to you live from Albury in New South Wales. We're at the Albury Community Club. Wonderful venue. Lots of dining facilities. Very spacious. And live entertainment in the evenings. Looks like we've got a pensive John Boket.
30 seconds.
He's trying to work out what he's going to do with that yellow over the pocket, or how he's going to try and speed up a result on the left table. It can be frustrating when you have these games, even though you might be in a position that you're controlling. You'd like the game to be over as quickly as possible. It's now got to try and manoeuvre these reds, maybe in a way to try and force Jake to make a mistake. In the meantime, on table 2, on the table to the right, Gavin's just missed a pot that normally he would make, but he was obviously trying to get good position on the 2 balls in the middle, which he did very nicely, but unfortunately the ball didn't pot. Adam's got no problems reaching over the table. He's quite a tall gentleman.
Go visit.
It's got a nice angle on this red to make position on the red in the middle. Jakey's still battling on the left table. So he's obviously trying to clear some balls and he's going to try and leave himself. Needs to try and leave himself with 2 shots on that red in the corner. The red being covered by the yellow. So let's concentrate on Adam Andreski at the moment. He can square it up for Australia if he can pop this ball down the rail. Not quite. Let's see what Gavin can do. He's got a little bit of work to do to negotiate these 3 yellows. He's made his way nicely onto the more difficult ball, which is the one on the rail. I'm sure he's been in this position a few times before. Try and take it down the rail with a little bit of work on the white to bring himself out.
30 seconds.
Beautifully done. Into the middle for a natural position on the black. He running it through, playing on the top. And that's copybook stuff. So it looks like the Lions will be taking a 4-2 lead. Yes, and it's Gavin Lomax making that look easy, taking the last 3 yellows and the black to send the European Lions to a 4-2 lead at the first round. This is the first of 5 test matches. And the Lions are currently leading 4-2. And Jake McCartney trying to work it out here. See how he can develop a win. So now he's obviously looking for 2 shots so that he can put these 3 reds and have 2 on that on the red, which is blocked by that yellow. Of course, the black sitting over the pocket as well. Australia lead this frame. So they don't want to give the Europeans too much of a head start. Hope you're all enjoying this out there, wherever you're watching it from, in Australia, Europe, or any other part of the world, maybe South Africa. It's a clever shot. But if Jake can get a pop with the first shot, Jake's going to break this ball out and try and do the same thing again. Try and probably set this one up and work his way into 2 shots. Interested to see what John does here. Jake's been waiting for. An opportunity where he can pot the 3 balls, use 2 on the yellow which has been blocked, sorry, use 2 on the red which has been blocked by the yellow. And then take the black. But as we all know that have played this game, lots of things can go wrong. So the table on the right, we have Michael Scary playing Sebastien Ramier.
30 seconds.
Ramier from France. Michael Scary to the table. Shakies. Jakey's having lots of patience in this frame. Not quite the sort of game that Jake McCartney likes. He normally likes to win a frame in as few shots as possible. Very aggressive young player. Michael Scary's still at the table on the right. Still has control on yellows. So these 2 frames will conclude the first round of this match. It's 3 rounds of 8. And the draw is possible. Australia would be hoping to go into this first round 4-all. I'm sure the Lions have got other ideas. Not sure what John's looking for. John, just looking at the table on the left. John's trying to find another defensive shot. John Boquet. I'm not sure what John was trying to do. Maybe he thought he could hit the yellow. Sebastien has just given 2 shots away, covering the pocket with his red, trying to gain an advantage. It's one of the beauties of our game of pool that there are various strategies that you can apply to try and play a defensive game. And there is no penalty for that sort of a foul, apart from giving 2 shots away to your opponent. But of course we know that a ball has to touch cushion. Jakey tries to go out here. I think the time is right. Jake's looking to double that red. Or maybe there's enough gap there to get the yellow out.
30 seconds.
On the right, we've got Michael Scary at the table for Australia. A shot by Jakey to get that red out and have it in a potable position. think that Jakey would go out here and give Australia the first of the two assignments that they need in this first set. Jake McCartney takes the 7th frame to bring Australia up to 3-4. So here at in Albury, New South Wales, the European Lions leading Australia 4-3. So on this table we've got Sebastian Remier playing Michael Scarey. Michael Scarey is the current Australian champion. In 2014, he's looking to defend his title this year. You're watching this Test match series between, it's a foul, between the European Lions and Australia. In the meantime, these are being played at the national titles, where all the teams come together from all over Australia, and they play each other for the Australian Championship to see who are the champions of men's teams, women's teams, Masters teams, which is, we call the Masters the over 50s here in Australia, and also in the individual events. They have each individual events to determine who the Australian champion is in each category. So we've now got young Ryan Shaw at the table against Barry Kitchener Jr. Ryan Shaw, a very talented young player. Sebastian here trying to conclude the 8th frame of this first set. The Euro Lions currently leading 4 frames to 3. Nice pot by Ryan. Looks like he's finding some rhythm early. Just playing a very tidy frame on the left table there. And Ryan Shaw. I'm sure it would please Dad back in the Channel Islands. He left himself a perfect run on this red in the middle, and of course the black in the bottom left pocket. So he's playing a very composed frame for an international match. Yeah, well done to Ryan Shaw. That was a very convincing frame. Defeated Barry Kitchener Jr. of Australia to get the European Lions kicking again and taking a 5-3 lead at the end of 8 frames. Michael Scarey is doing a bit of work here, trying to manoeuvre his way into opening his yellows up to make him potable in this bottom left pocket. Done that nicely. Shifted the problem ball. Probably play this yellow into the bottom pocket and work his way across to shift one of the balls he needs to get the other yellow down the rail. Oh, not quite the plan. Probably left an awkward lie for himself by the look. He must have had 2 shots. Or because he just potted the ball. It's a nice defensive shot. We have Stevie Woods and Carl Sutton who've just come to the table on the left, while Michael Scarry and Sebastian Ramier table on the right. Sebastian goes out nicely. Perfect position to pot the 2 reds. He's just got to try and work out what he's going to do with that black. He can possibly screw back into it at the moment, but then taking that shot on, you worry about finishing in a position to be able to pot the red in one of the pockets, whether it be the 2 middle or the end. He's going to take it on. No. He's taken the red for the middle and leave the angle to break the black and the yellow. Which of course is why I'm an administrator and he's one of the top players. Yes, he's broken the 2 balls, but he's left the pot on the black. He's given himself a chance, that's for sure. It's going to be a nice pot if he gets it. He's got a cue over the rail, and pot, the only pocket I think he can pot is either the top right hand or a very fine cut into the middle. I'm sure he'll go for the top right hand pocket. We're talking about the table on the right of screen, which is Sebastian Renier and Michael Scarry. So the Lions lining up for another black here. And that's a beautiful pot on the black. Never in doubt. Very confident. It's now taken the Lions to a 3-frame lead. That's the biggest lead of the match. They'll go to 6-3. The Aussies are going to have to get the whips cracking. They're going to need to do some catching up here. We've got Stevie Woods at the table. Stevie Woods and Carl Sutton. It's a nice shot by Steve Woods to get in for that awkward yellow and shift the red. He's going to try and stun into those 2 yellows, and very delicate, nicely played shot. Got to try and play just as delicate to put this yellow in the bottom right and then run the yellow into the middle. On the right table, Rusty Wheeler and John Rowe have just started.
Yes, Dave, come on.
Played that nicely. Probably play this into the middle and stun back to put the black in the same pocket. Now he has another preference. Move the red and take the black down the end of the middle, whatever the preference of shot is. Beautifully done by Steve Woods. Needless to say, Australia needed that frame to get them back to within 2 frames of the Lions. They trail now 4 frames to 6. reminder that these two teams can draw. And of course, if by chance there's been a drawn frame and it finishes 2-all at the end of the series, in the last match they'll go into a tie break. They'll go into a 7-frame tie break, which has happened before. And the Lions were here a few years ago, the British Lions. John Rowe very pensive. John Rowe, world champion in 2012. So out of these national titles that are going on while the series is on for Australia, at the end of it we select the Australian team. John Rowe getting on with the business here. Let's just concentrate and see if John Rowe can go out here. If anyone can, he can. Meantime, it's Jake McCartney and Lee Kendall on the left table. Jakey at the table for Australia. It's a beautiful shot by John Rowe, absolutely perfect. It's certainly the sort of form that got John Rowe the world title in 2012, and the Lions go to a 7-4 lead. Again, back to the longest lead of the game. The biggest lead of the match. And the European Lions edging their way to 13 frames, but there's still plenty of frames to go. It's a 24-frame match. So now we're watching Jake McCartney at the table for Australia. Playing Lee Kendall.
30 seconds.
Stevie Mills, team manager for the Lions, in the background there, watching on. Doesn't show very much emotion. Stevie Mills loves coming to Australia. And I think all the Lions boys are enjoying themselves. So we've got Steve Saxon and John Burkett.
30 seconds.
Table on the right, Jake McCartney still at the table. Table on the left. This is more like the sort of frame that Jake McCartney likes to play. As few shots as possible. Jake has been there. Let's screw back to the yellow. Nicely. He's just got to negotiate the yellow in the middle, which is not too much of a degree of difficulty for Jakey. And leave himself on the black. In the bottom right pocket. And again, Australia badly need this frame from Jakey, but I'm sure he'll feel absolutely no pressure at all. These blacks, he's potted many of them. Well done, Jake McCartney. Australia 5-7 within 2 frames again. We've got Steve Sachs here. Steve Saxon's from Western Australia. He's used as an extension for this shot rather than use the bridge. see that very often in 8-ball. Lovely shot into the middle, and Stevie Saxon can get Australia to within a frame. Lovely pot out by Steve Saxon. Australia edge their way closer to the European lines. They trail 6 frames to 7. Gavin Lomax at the table again. The Lions. Australia fouled off the break. And Sats brought Gavin in, but only with 1 shot. It wasn't a serious foul, just a foul, which only means 1 shot for the incoming player off a break. The game rules are designed to try and play as attacking as possible, to give the breaker every opportunity to try and burst the balls as much as possible, to make it attacking game. Hence, it's only 1 shot if you don't play a serious foul. If you're just going off, only 1 shot to your opponent. So Gavin's still fairly pensive here. Obviously, he hasn't got it totally worked out. But I'm sure he's just trying to seize up, work out all the angles and where his white has to finish. It probably hasn't finished as nicely as he would like here. Not sure whether the white fits between that black and red. It's a fairly awkward pot on his nearest yellow. He'd probably like to be on that yellow which is on the left cushion. And, whether he's going to play a safety on it or whether he can pot it, I'm not sure. Yeah, he was able to pot it. And he's left a good angle if he runs this yellow down the rail. That's a lovely shot. Play this into the middle. Nicely comes across, leaves himself a perfectly straight black top left-hand corner. Bottom left, sorry. Yes, a very convincing game by Gavin Lomax. And the Lions again jump to a 2-frame lead. They go to 8-6. Of course, Alf Spiller is the umpire out there. And Gordon Mayles on the left table. Gordon Mayles on the right table, and Alf Spiller on the left. So after 14 frames, the Lions lead 8 frames to 6. Yes, it's Pool Victoria, our hosts. Strawn, the cloth being used on the tables. We played at the Commercial Club in Albury. Mitchell Billiards, the brand name for our sponsors, Consolidated Leisure and Sport. Brand name when they promote the strong cloth. Rusty Wheeler, table against Sebastian Ramier on the right table. So we've got 2 frames basically just commencing. This looks like Michael Scarry. Michael's got one awkward yellow there next to the black, which he's got to try and work out how he's going to break out. Sebastian to the table on yellows on the right. plenty of action happening at the moment, trying to keep an eye on both tables. Michael's back to the office to try and clear these yellows, and he's lovely shot. I think he's done enough for that yellow to be potable. Yeah, he didn't look at that one too hard. I suspect it's potable in this bottom left. Looking at where he's got to finish with his white. Yeah, and he's obviously wants to clear that yellow early, but in the meantime he's left himself yellow in the middle. These players are always thinking 3-4 shots ahead.
Come on, Scary. Come on, buddy.
Which is the difference between your top players and players that are just concentrating on just making that pot. I guess that's the first part of the game that we learn, the queuing and the potting, and then start working out how we can control our white ball. Sebastian's doing the business here on the table on the right. He's worked himself into another frame. So Sebastien Ramier takes the frame against Rusty Wheeler. And the European Lions kick again. Or claw, or growl, whichever one you want. They're certainly roaring at the moment. 9-6 against Australia. But hopefully Michael Scary can pull one back for Australia and get the Aussies within 2 frames. And that's Michael Scary's frame. And Australia still stay in touch. It's a view of part of the arena where the national titles are taking part, and it's a view of Gordon Males. Sutton. Pot of reds and staying on reds. He's only got one ball he's got to negotiate next to that black. And of course the rest. I find it difficult to negotiate position full stop, but for these players, you just look at the most difficult ball and work out how you're going to get it out, because the rest they can normally pot. So this match is delicately poised. Only 2 frames apart. It's been that way for most of the match, but of course the Lions have kept their noses and their heads in front, either 2 or 3 frames ahead most of the way. We've played 16 frames and we've still got 8 to go. We're into the last set, so to speak. When they talk of sets, they talk of say 8 frames a set in a match like this. Rose at the table on the left. He's just promoting that ball, I think. He wasn't trying to pot that. Carl's doing very well over on the right table. He's certainly got control of this frame, and he's got a reasonable angle to get on that red down at the top of the table. And then give himself a chance on the black, and he's played that beautifully. Got reasonably close to the red with an angle, sure if he's going to try on his fancy spin on the white to get a closer position on black, or just play a normal ball and give himself a shot at the black from distance. Of course, absolutely perfect. And that's a lovely frame from Carl Sutton. So Carl Sutton's just done the business on Barry Kitchener Jr. and the Lions kicked it 10-7 in a race to 13 for the match. 12 all to draw or 13 to win. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're playing the World Championship format. There's going to be no draws in this series. Which means that 3 rounds of 7, 17 frames down, there's only 4 left. And 11 wins you the match. So it's now or never for the Australians. Yeah, so the European Lions have brought across 8 players. So they've got 7 to play at any time and a reserve. And of course, you're allowed to substitute. So we've got Steve Saxon and Lee Kendall. Steve Saxon. At the moment showing Steve Saxon on both tables. It's a rare miss by Lee Kendall. Stevie Woods is playing Lee Kendall. Steve Sachs is playing John Rowe. Australian 8-Ball Federation and Paul Victoria, proud and very happy to be bringing you this live streaming.
30 seconds.
The game we love to play and watch. This is 8-ball pool, played as per World 8-Ball Pool Federation rules. For some people known as the 2-shot pool or English pool. Stevie Woods in control of the table at the moment on the right. We've got Johnny Rowe in control of the table on the left. And the European Lions only need 1 more frame.
Come on.
Time out.
Stevie Woods is still in control. Not quite sure how close those 2 balls in the middle of the table are. I'm sure one of them is potable. There must be a gap between the 2 for him to leave himself there. Playable in the corner, in the top corner pocket. nicely played. Didn't quite hold his white the way he would have liked. But if he can negotiate not going in off. This is the sort of shot that most players fret. Trying to work out how to play the white and avoid going in off. So it must be getting a bit tense for the Australians, knowing that if the European Lions win one more frame, the Lions will take a 1-0 lead, and he's played a beautiful cut into the corner pocket and left himself a chance on the black. Needless to say how important this frame is to Australia. A lovely black and a lovely out by Stevie Woods to keep Australia alive in this first Test match series in a 5 Test match series overall, played over the next week. Steve Sachs has got his chance to bring Australia to within a frame. All these Test match series that have been played between Australia and either the Lions have been close. Now it's the European Lions, the Euro Lion. Can Australia tame it? It's a lovely, confident shot. Sort of shot that I would feel the pressure knowing that if I miss, but not for Stevie. He's left himself enough angle, but it's a bit finer cut than he would have liked. Steve Saxon, can you get Australia within one frame? And of course, negotiate the white so you don't go in the middle. Just concentrate on Steve Saxon's shot here. He must be feeling a little bit of the tension. He left himself that sort of a cut. I certainly would be, that's for sure. In fact, I'm feeling it, and I'm not even playing. There you go. That's what pressure does. Got a feel for him, but that's the way our game is. Many times on the practice table you pot those, but when you're lining up to try and playing for your country, that's a lovely cut. That's a match-winning cut by John Rowe. Shot of a former world champion under this sort of pressure. And of course, he doesn't have any problem avoiding that middle pocket. He knows exactly where his white's going. Now he knows exactly where this black is going to go. And that's the match for the European Lions. No, he's never going in it just to scare us. But the European Lions have got this Test match. They'll take a 1-0 lead in the series. But of course we've got to play out the match. So we're adjusting his age at the table. So John Bouquet at the table. Playing Justin Sage, and if I heard correctly, the referee called a foul. So we're just playing out the match for the Aussies to try and make a respectable score of it. Try and gain a bit of confidence for the next match. But European Lions did very well in this match to come out and lead all the way, considering they're the visiting team and have travelled from the other side of the world. And they've played very comfortably. With confidence right from the first frame. Certainly no signs of jet lag, that's for sure. Table on the left, we've got Gavin Lomax and Jake McCartney. Gavin Lomax from the Lions and Jake the Aussie. The match tomorrow will be, the next test match will be Tuesday, 13th at 12:30 p.m. East Australian time. Then it'll be singles on Thursday. We'll take a break on the Wednesday, and on Friday will be the third test match at 12:30 p.m. Friday the 16th. John Burkett went back a little bit too far than he would have liked, but the black is still cuttable. He certainly made that and avoided the in-off as well. That's just to rub a little bit of salt into the sore wounds of the Aussies. Take the score to 12-8 after 20 frames, so this is the last frame of the match being played. Gavin Lomax at the table. So a section of plenty when you've got two tables going. He's left himself on, going to go to the end pocket. Unless that yellow sneaks into the middle, unless the red sneaks into the middle past the yellow, but it doesn't look like it from here. But it's not very easy to tell from here. I was just looking to see where white was going to hit the push. Just lit that red. See if Jake McCartney can pull off another frame for Australia. This is 4 frames is the biggest lead of the match. And Euro Lions in this match have led by 2 to 3 frames for most of the way. It's certainly a wonderful effort. They must be pleased to travel all that way and win the first match. The Aussies have certainly got something to think about for the remainder of the series, because I think the last few years when they've had visits from the British Lions, they've managed to win that first frame.
Come on.
We've got 2 wonderful sides out here. We've got a top Aussie side and certainly some great talent from Europe that we can enjoy over the next few days in this Test match series between Australia and the European Lions. Brought to you by Cue Ball TV and live streaming by the Australian Netball Federation. And Jakey's getting on with business. These are the sort of frames that he likes, all nice and open at the table. And just negotiating where he's got a pot and position. And this is probably as easy as pie for him, but can't get too much perfect than that. He's maybe missed by half an inch as to where precisely he wanted to go, but still a very easy pot for Jake McCartney. And Australia, unfortunately, lose the first match. Congratulations to the European Lions on taking the first match 12 frames to 9. We look forward to the remaining 4 matches, which we would expect Australia to kick back and see if we can make an exciting series. That's it from us here as far as the Test match series goes for today. Tune in tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Australia. In the meantime, we'll take you back to watching some of the national titles. Thank you, viewers. And that's goodbye from Joe Fanto from the Albury Community Club in Australia. Thank you.
Good lawyer.
But the thing is, he's done it for the last 20 years. So it's a hard habit. It's a habit. So sometimes I still do it. It's a hard habit. So
Hang on, lads.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. The first Test match was taken out by the European Lions, 12 frames to 9. Great match to kick off the series. We look forward to number 2. Congratulations, European Lions, on winning your first match. Thank you.
cheers, Joe.
Good to practice here until 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, yeah. So up until then, over the ice.